to see you again.
And you, Mark.
The last time we met was about a year ago at the Summer Exhibition 2024, State of Mind. And you're one of the 3 who were awarded to come back here and have their own exhibition.
I was.
And here you are.
Yes.
With your work. And it is a wonderful story that you've got here.
Thank you.
Of 15 years of expression.
Yeah.
Can you remind us as to which piece it was that we had a look at?
So the piece that won me this chance to have this exhibition is the one over in this far corner. And it's called It's Not All Black and White. And it was a piece I'd had done, and I saw the title to this exhibition, the Summer Exhibition last year, which is It's All in a State of Mind. And I just felt this answered the brief for me. I can interpret it that way. So I put it in, and thankfully, I luckily won.
They liked it.
They liked it, and it really, I just felt it represented the title of that exhibition well.
So it's a series of years of work, of drawings and doodlings, perhaps?
It's mainly doodles. It's like keeping an art diary, or a sort of an amalgamation of, I do little diary of thoughts, I will do patterns, and it's a case of I can't work big, so I just draw these little doodles and drawings as a way of filling time. And over the years, I've just collected them and put them together. And then eventually I had loads. I thought I'm actually going to do something with them. So I lay them all out and created these colour paletted related pieces. I put them together in colour palette order and then created these stories through that. Because they're all a bit mixed up, a bit messy. But by putting them into this sort of grid, it creates a sort of orderliness to it.
So this is like a number of years of life.
Story of my life.
So when we're saying, hello, I'm over here, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm invisible, or, that kind of, you forget. And it's a lot of it's what's going on in my head. So these are my thoughts, and it's like, again, I say breathe deeply because I do find myself sometimes short of breath or something like that. So it's just little reminders, and then stupid things like I'm a bit scared of spiders, so I've just put a spider on there, and again I just think whatever comes to mind, or there'll be little messages in there that just give me sort of reminders that have hope, believe, and all that. But then I like just drawing plants and foliage and things like that. So it's just a keep the way to sort of just doodling, I guess, in some respects. It's just a random doodle. But
so at home, did you have these rectangles in a box, and every now and again you'd get one out
exactly
and sit down
and do it? And then certainly with some of the notes and the words, I would have a notebook where I'd just jot down thoughts, or people might say something to me and I think, well, that's quite an interesting conversation or concept, so I'll jot them down and then I'll put them onto the note paper and do the same thing. And then some of them I've even sewn. So that's a bit like equivalent of my knitting. I'll stitch the paper and stuff as a sort of, again, it's a way of just calming down and settling the mind. But it's like I say, it's probably, total I've done this for about 20 years, but all this would have been after about the last 15 years of time. And it has changed, but there are certainly, I still do this, but then I've moved on to other things. But they're all pretty much of the same vein. It's a kind of journey or a diary of time.
So within the 15 years or so, there is a particular period of 5 years ago called COVID.
There is.
And we have
which is why it's slightly different, because it's such a totally different time of our lives. And I was trying to I went through doing this sort of thing, and I actually did the very first piece I did. If you come over here, I'll explain it. But the very first one I did was on those papers, similarly. And each day I did a colour related to the feeling and the mood of that day. I just repeated that over, not each day, but over a period of COVID, I just did that. But then I started doing stripes again on other things. I had bits of paper, so I got a bit carried away with my stripes. But it was a case of each day felt the same. So I just mark a colour of like what my mood was like. It's an
like
emotional.
A diary, it's a day diary
daily
of a colour.
Diary of a colour, of like how I felt. It's not totally representative, but sometimes I'm a bit more mellow, so I'll just do sort of calming colours. Others I'm like, darker colours. It's not massively much difference, but... And then I punctuated it just to give it some context, I suppose. It was some of the words that we used to use, we found ourselves using in Codif. COVID, I should say, not coded.
We did, didn't we? Like Captain Tom.
And then the one round here, these are very much the same vein, but I just kept it going. Because it was meant to be 6 months. It carried on for 2 years nearly.
Yeah.
We went in and out and came back.
Yeah.
So even to the point where I put in, you know, where you had the Moderna, and what did you have? AstraZeneca? No, which was I can't remember the name of the Pfizer. And then we had to start wearing face masks.
Yes.
And then it was like we're going out, elbow bumping instead of shaking hands. It was all these silly things that. So I started doing all these ones and bringing in these words, so it kind of creates the story of COVID.
Did you do the words after?
Yeah.
Okay, so you painted.
I just did the
that
stripes
square.
because it's that kind of monotony, and I just kind of wanted to keep going.
Okay.
So I did all those, and I thought I can't. There's only so big you can go, and so I just then got these art panels, and I just thought I carried on with my stripes. So it's done over the 2 years, but then I thought it made no sense, so I put this little memories of.
I'm having a problem here in the sense of you selling them, because this is a really important moment in time for you. So
I have one.
Okay.
I have my favourite.
Right.
Which is it's a smaller piece, but it's the one that my children liked. So we've kept one.
Okay.
So
you
I've
can
sold
say
a few.
goodbye to.
Yeah, I've said goodbye to 3 or 4 of them already, and there were a lot. These are the ones that I've got left, and I still quite like. Aside from that, I like this process. So I kind of, this one, I mean, weirdly, I think I might, of a different vein, but I might do more along these lines because I really enjoyed it. Sometimes you wonder whether it's going to work, or people this was just very, very calming and really strangely quite properly therapeutic.
Each stripe would have taken you moments.
Oh, God, yeah.
But you then think about, for quite some time, the next stripe.
Yeah,
and then
but then it's like I would go, say, take that section, and I would take that section, and then not have a gap, and then I'd do that section and that, and then block them off, and then I'd just do stripes. Yeah. But go randomly. There was not. To be fair, it's not in the right order. It's fairly consistently. It'd probably be that days, and then go back, and then so that way it stops it being all one solid colour of anger or whatever it might be. It's just giving you a sort of general sense of, and the whole point of it is it's just that continuation of just keep going, and it's
wow.
And that's the thought process behind it, because it just felt like every day was just never going to end. But like I kind of weirdly, because of the monotony of it, that sort of I think represents that time, because you were literally bound by it was quite strict in its construction. So I feel this sort of represents that. Well, you're only allowed 1 hour of exercise a day. You're only allowed to do this. You could only buy however many packs of loo roll. I don't know what it was, but there was all these little rules, and I feel that the rules of the straight lines and the grid-like is sort of it sort of explains it quite well.
And is there a piece where you're coming out of the tunnel, out of COVID, which says "Hallelujah, I'm free"?
No, it just says the new normal.
Does it?
Because that's what we are. They always call it the new normal, because everything's changed.
Okay.
I think so. It's lockdown to the new normal.
Yeah. Didn't we learn a lot?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that was that, and then the rest of it. I mean, it's obviously pretty much the same thing, and these are moving on from that original idea, where I've locked myself into. Because where I swap those around, these I've fixed. So again, I'm similar to the COVID ones, where this one I've physically draw out the grid, paint them, and then individually over time I will pop in my little thoughts. But I'd have 2 or 3 boards going at the same time. So if I want to do, which I've done, one day I'll just make little lino cut block prints. Other days, and then I just scatter them around, so I don't have. The thing that ties these together is I've already chosen the colours behind the thing, so it therefore doesn't matter what I put on top, because the colour palette's decided by the background, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
And then I have days where I'll just do the scribbly bits, and other days where I'll do just lots of little patterns, and they're all mixed up. Because sometimes I just want to do one thing, and then other days I change them around a bit.
The people that mind don't matter, and the people that matter don't mind. What if it goes... What if it all goes right. So, because it does draw you in, doesn't it?
I mean, I'm trying to get people to sort of take it. Most people just walk straight past, but I think if you're vaguely interested and it captures your imagination, you will then start slowing down, and that's kind of the process, really.
Okay, so you will get there, but right now you're here.
It's just little affirmations, positive affirmations to try. Some are not so happy, some are happy, some are just like random thoughts.
But it's how you're feeling at the time.
But yeah, and it's just
a reflection of you.
Yeah, and I just feel like I'm having a good day today, so I'm going to put that in. And do you know, what if it does go right? Because most people, oh God, but no, what if it all goes right? And people never think in that sort of like positive way.
Is this work of now, or is it 10 years ago?
No, this is recent.
Okay.
So this is the most recent. So that's the oldest styles. Then there's COVID, and then this is literally in the last however many years it is, 4 years.
Okay, since COVID.
Yeah, and then the rest of the stuff around that side is older, that side's older.
Okay. So we've got a different design here.
This is my very dark period. So this is where I sort of started from.
15 years ago.
Yeah, so I had a bit of a low moment, which evolved there. So again, they're on these little papers.
Yeah.
But I just did collages and stuck them down because I got quite depressed, and so this sort of again, I was just layering up pieces of, I don't know.
There's a lot of work goes into the individual ones here, isn't there?
Yeah, it's quite detailed. Again, daily thing, just kept sticking them down and putting them in a box. And then, because it lacked something, I then put the words in. So, without darkness, you can't see the stars. And it's just a little reminder of there's always hope. It's a bit like there's always hope out there. You had one which I sold, but there's always hope is another one. It was like, even if you're going down, you've got sort of stuff, and you need the brightness. You need a bit of darkness to get the bright. And that was a bit too, you don't want to do that one. But that's telling myself you're not as bad as you think you are.
No, okay.
And then there's personal words within there, because that's a...
So, I'm comparing that
could have gone,
with that.
Yeah, some of that would have gone in that.
Yeah.
But it felt right to put them all together.
Yeah. So from a distance, as I walk towards them, I'm actually drawn to the art.
Yeah.
I actually really like the art, and then I get into it.
And then you're like, what the hell's...
Where are we going with this?
Something's going on here. And then you just, you have to see the words slowly, and it evolves. Because you shouldn't... you're not meant to catch the... You probably shouldn't be looking at the words to start with, and then it's like...
But then that's from here, 2 metres away, I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, you think that's very interesting. Yeah, what's that about? Yeah.
There's another story going on here.
But those were done probably not dissimilar times, in the sense that I had that palette of colour going through my brain, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was going to put some of those within that, but I just felt it didn't... Again, because I do juggle around a lot, so I would spend hours laying them out and re-laying them out, because it needs to have, even if it doesn't make sense to someone else, it makes sense to me, and it's sometimes they need to be of the same style, if that makes sense, and those work together as a sort of mix. So black and white means it's a monochrome thing, but it's quite nice having the breakup of it, and there's definitely a pattern of black, white, black, white, black, white. So it looks all random, but it isn't. It's actually considered. So that's kind of how the process goes.
I sense you're not doing this for commercial gain.
No.
Because this is an expression, it's an outlet.
Yeah.
But it has now moved on, and people can relate to it. Probably you weren't aware of that relationship.
No.
When you did, and it wasn't done for that. No. So that's the other thing. I've now got so much stuff I can't get. I've got to do something with it. So I have to think about things commercially. So the thing I've been doing, which is quite interesting, is actually where I have some designs where there's no specific words in them, or when I've spoken to people because they like them, and it's a really nice idea actually. And I've done it for a couple of people where they've changed some of the words to their own personal words. So they've commissioned me to say, if they like that, for example, but they're not sure about that comment, I can paint over it, because I've got the blocks paint, and then they can make it personal to them if they want to. And I've been doing it as presents for people, which is quite fun. So like a 60th birthday or a wedding or something like that. So it's been quite fun to do that, because unless they get it, they can't connect with it. Then most people are not that interested in it. But then around that side,
again, I've gone back to just patterns, so it's more commercial, I'd say, if you were thinking about it. So these, again, it's a little bit along those lines. Again, these are the same idea, but I put them into without any words in them.
But these are softer colours.
And they're prettier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I do nice softer colours.
Yeah.
It's
so
just,
these are more recent?
No, these are all part of the same. So these would have possibly gone in the orangey one, but I felt they'd work better as a...
Okay.
So these are all... I've done all these over the years. It's like... And then again, these would have been put in, you know, but they just sort of work more as a... They look almost like folk art. But it's because I'm doing all these... Because I love this... You know, but then if you look at it, they're just little random dots, but I just sit there doing them, and on it goes, and on it goes, and on it goes.
Yes.
But it's literally, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. One day I'm doing dots, and then one day these are little printed, actual proper leaves are pressed, and it's that kind of thing that I just sit there doing it, and then I don't really know what to do with it, and that's when I started thinking.
Lovely.
This is quite fun, and hence we put this interactive board up.
This is so interesting, isn't it?
Because this sort of explains kind of my story in the way I do it. We thought it'd be quite fun if other people could have a go.
And what's the reaction been like?
It's been amazing, and I'm so chuffed. So I laid out this sort of information sheet of how to do it, because my point being is very much where I started. I genuinely don't think I can draw, but I think I can in some cases. And it's almost a case of I want people to just put their little thoughts and their ideas and whatever out. So we start this board up, which is how I work, and put these little squares out. So I'll show it here. And we're asking people to put their own little thoughts or ideas, or draw something or whatever, and then we put a little Velcro sticker on, and they can place it onto the board with everyone else. And people have actually been doing it, and I'm really chuffed. So I'm going to... tempted to rearrange them because that's me, but I'm not sure I will. I might even keep it as it is. Okay. And we've got a few more people coming hopefully in the next few days. So I'm kind of hoping
it'll fill that one up, aren't you?
I'm going to hopefully fill it up, or not me, but them.
Yeah.
And everybody's been doing it, and it's just a really lovely idea because it stops people overthinking and being too precious. Is my thing. It's kind of, you know, all your thoughts are important. If you've got an idea, then bung it down, and they have.
By the looks of it, all ages and stories.
And this is interesting. So I put these down as an example, which is great, and somebody's added one, because that's not mine. And I think it's lovely.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely stunning. I'm going to put it on the wall. They maybe didn't want it to go on the wall. I think it should go on the wall. Anyway. But that's,
The state of mind theme that we've got here is about you.
Yeah.
And your state of mind whenever the work is being done.
Yeah.
And it has been helpful?
Helpful. It's like a mindfulness or a sort of meditative approach to things.
Yeah.
It's very calming. Yeah. And the chaos of everything that's going on, it's the very nature where I stick them in a grid. That's almost the best bit. It's just them putting it all together.
That's a constant though, isn't it?
And that's the theme. It's like this... Yeah. Everything might be muddled, but you can actually, if you layer it and put it into sort of a system and pattern, it becomes quite calming. It's quite meditative. So I enjoy it.
I can imagine that when you were awarded, well done, you've got yourself a period.
Blown away.
It was a bit daunting.
Yes.
And this being your first, and now you've done it, and it's up.
Yeah.
Is it a good experience?
I think actually I was pleasantly surprised by how it's worked out, because I just genuinely didn't think it was going to look great.
Yeah.
And I'm really chuffed that I think it works really well. And this space is amazing. I mean, the light here is brilliant. So I'm really delighted by how it's gone. Good. Really good. Had lots of positive comments. So thrilled.
Sarah, this has been really good.
Thank you
for sharing yourself, because this is
it's quite
you.
Personal.
Yeah. And there's everything, isn't there? Mm-hmm. And it's there to be seen and shared, and for people to think about for themselves.
And it's really, some of it's relatable, and it will be. Some things will connect, I know, because people all have similar journeys in their own weird way, and other things will just be like, oh, that's nice, you know. But it's, but hopefully it's pleasing on the eye.
Yeah, great.
Thank
Sarah,
you.
thanks again.
Thank you very much, Mark.